Hey guys, I hope all is well. Welcome back to the Truth Talk podcast. I'm back here with MI.
What's up?
In today's episode, we're going to be talking about NBA Youngboy's new music video for the song Like a Jungle. And we're also going to be talking about the Tomorrowland Festival. I had a few of you guys send me this through Instagram requesting that I take a look into it. I checked it out and we definitely need to talk about this. So let's get right into it. The first thing we're going to be talking about today is this new NBA Youngboy music video for his song Like a Jungle. The moment I saw this video, I knew exactly what was going on because we've been talking about Youngboy for the last few months on this channel. We've made a few videos on Youngboy already. Youngboy is an interesting case to me. I showed you the music video of him before where he was wearing the Freemason jewelry. And then you saw how he kind of beat this case, which I said before, for NBA Youngboy to beat this case, he had to be connected to some powerful people. He had to have taken the oath. Just look at it like this. When NBA Youngboy was caught, back I think it was in 2020 or 2021, I might be mistaken on the date, but the last time that he was caught and he was arrested, when he decided to run off on the police, he had a weapon with him in the car when he was caught. He got caught with a weapon that he wasn't supposed to have in the vehicle, and then he ran off on the cops. And if I'm not mistaken, he was already out on bail for a prior incident that had taken place. So it did not look like NBA Youngboy was going to get released. And when they first took him in, the judge was denying him bail, was saying that he wasn't going to be able to get out. And then a few months later, he gets bail, he gets sent to house arrest. And when he's in house arrest, everything is different now. We see NBA Youngboy wearing makeup. We see now in this new music video, NBA Youngboy coming out of a casket, which is symbolizing the Freemasonic initiation. I've already seen this specifically with the artist Anuel. Seeing that little pump video with Anuel, Anuel is raising out of the casket, and then we see all the Freemasonic imagery within that video.
Then how old is NBA Youngboy?
Youngboy is like 22 now.
There's a possibility that he is because due to the fact that he's never been convicted of a felony that I know of, he still has no felonies on his record. He's still allowed to join the Freemasons because I know that you have to have, you can't have any felonies.
I still don't think that's 100% true. Because look in the Young Thug situation. I have 100% proof that Young Thug is a Freemason. 100% proof. There's pictures of him in a lodge. There's pictures of him holding his Freemasonic certificate and paperwork. There's proof he's done said it out of his own mouth. He's 100% a Mason, and he's been a convicted felon. If I'm not mistaken, he is definitely a convicted felon. It's obvious that NBA Youngboy, in my opinion, he has to be either somebody that was managing him, you know what I'm saying? Like somebody that was on his team that was in control of his career, or NBA Youngboy himself. Because why would he be wearing those Mason chains, you know?
No, that's what I'm saying. If he's already a member, you got to be 21 years of age. He's 22. So there's a very big possibility that he did join them, like we can't put that behind them.
I've also seen like the Demolay organization for kids, and I was looking into that. That's an organization, a Freemason organization for kids under the age of 21. In my opinion, it's preparation for the full Masonic organization that once you become older, you have a head start in what's going to be going on within the organization. In my opinion, and this is from what I study and what I've seen, and I'm pretty sure you've seen it well, the people who run the organization have and will always have the ability to do whatever they want. So if they want a person like Young Thug to be in there, or a person like NBA Youngboy, because when Youngboy had these Freemason chains on, he wasn't an adult yet. He wasn't 21. I know that if you look it up online and you say, what's the qualifications of becoming a Mason? It'll say you have to be 21. I believe that there's certain people with more power and more money that can get themselves in positions. There's certain people that don't have to play by the rules. NBA Youngboy is one of those either that was in the organization since a child or was being managed by people that was in the organization. And now we're just seeing his initiation. Because if you look at it, NBA Youngboy wanted to get away from the industry. He didn't want to sign no more record deals. He was kind of like revolting in a way. And then that's when everything bad started happening to him. And if we think about it, why would NBA Youngboy trying to run away from the police? NBA Youngboy is one of the most famous people in the world right now. Him running away from the police, he's going to be spotted anywhere. You understand? He's NBA Youngboy. He can't go anywhere without crowds of people surrounding him. You understand what I'm saying? So it's almost like I saw that as a move of desperation. I saw that as almost NBA Youngboy trying to escape from whatever fate he was about to meet. And if we think about it, when he went into prison and when he came out, he didn't come out the same person.
No, he came out all weird and stuff, wearing makeup and looking gothic.
Exactly my point. And me and you know how this works. We know the truth. At the end of the day, something's going on behind the scenes. Let's look at it at a logical standpoint. He ran away from the police. He still gets caught. They weren't supposed to let him go. They said that they weren't going to let him go, that he was a menace to society because he has been seen with these weapons and all this stuff. So they weren't going to let him go. Then miraculously, they give him bail. They let him go. They put him on house arrest. After they let him go, we see him making music videos, wearing makeup, looking very sus, very suspicious, looking very different than what he normally looks like. And then we fast forward a little bit more. He ends up beating his case. After beating his case, now he's making a video that clearly appears to show him joining the Masonic Order. That casket reference is the same as the tomb. When a Freemason is initiated, it's the same process as being born again, because that's basically what happens to you when you become a Mason. You're born again as a brother. You're born again as someone who's allowed to see the light. And that's what Youngboy is showing us. I see that he was trying to deflect and maybe get away from them because he started very young. And then now to the point where he decided that he doesn't have a choice, or they forced him. They did something to him to where now he thinks he has no choice but to cooperate. And that's what I feel like is going on here. This video here shows him in the casket, shows him rising out of the casket. We've seen this exact same imagery from many artists before that are proven Masonic puppets already, that we've already shown on this channel to be Masonic puppets. So this video here, to me, it's just an eye-opening 100% reveal. If you look at this, it's the perfect example of Masonic imagery. What imagery do you see when you see this coming out of the casket? What comes to your mind?
The rebirth. Triple X did the same thing, and he ended up passing. So, and Youngboy's about to pretty much bury himself by going to Chicago.
Yeah, I see your reference. I see maybe it is some foreshadowing. Imagery like this is usually Masonic.
Yeah, no, I'm not disagreeing with you. I'm just saying that, Triple X did that and he ended up getting hit up.
I feel like there's definitely a possibility that he could be foreshadowing. That is definitely a good point, because this whole Chicago thing has been getting tons of attention. People are like praising him. They're saying nothing can stop him and all this stuff, and he's gonna go to Chicago and nothing's gonna happen. I pray nothing happens to him because I don't want nothing to happen to anybody.
If he's looking for it, he sees the threats. His manager was like, we in there. What are you doing? You looking for something to happen to you. I don't know if you think it's gonna boost your career or something, but he's looking for it. I hope that happens to him. But then again, he's putting himself in that situation. So
I also think that they wouldn't want something to happen to Youngboy, but who knows, Youngboy's a profitable artist. He's a very profitable artist. He makes a lot of money and he doesn't spend a lot of money to make his music. His music videos are shot at his house. It looks like he has a one-camera team. So it doesn't look like Youngboy spends a lot of money, and he does make the label a lot of money. But at the end of the day, I don't think that they would mind if something happened because they still own his catalog and they probably have thousands of songs that he's already recorded.
Exactly. Now, something happens to NBA Youngboy, they'll make at least 100 mil off of this kid because he's like the biggest artist right now on YouTube.
Yeah, but I feel like they'll make more with him being alive. What I feel like happened now, he was trying to escape. He was no longer trying to play by their rules. He didn't like how the game was turning out. He also didn't like that they were probably taking most of his money because that's how the record label works. That's how the record business works. The artists are basically slave to the industry. They make the record labels millions while they make the crumbs that the record labels let them have. NBA Youngboy probably saw this and like, man, I sold my soul for this. I did all this and I'm not even getting what I fully deserve. Something interesting is that I was watching an interview of PNB Rock, and PNB Rock was talking about basically exactly what I said in my record label video. That's one of my biggest videos to this day because the information in that video is so valuable towards artists. Artists need to know this. Artists need to know that the record label isn't gonna make you rich. The record label is gonna make them rich. They're gonna give you a big loan and put you in debt. And yeah, you might have access to that money, but most artists, they end up ending their career in debt. They end up owing the record labels and not being able to ever recoup or become a profitable artist because the record label has built these contracts like this. PNB Rock was talking about how he only got 15%, and that's a high amount compared to most artists who only get from 4 to 8% of their royalty when they first signed that first record deal. So PNB Rock, he was explaining how he only got 15%, and he thought that he wasn't making any money no more because he wasn't getting no more checks. But when he realized it, he was still getting millions and millions and millions of streams. The record label, they were the ones that were collecting all that money that came in from them streams. PNB Rock didn't see none of that money because his percentage wasn't enough. Everything that PNB Rock did to make a song, every time that PNB Rock got on a plane, every time that PNB Rock stood at a hotel, they take that out of his 15%. And at the end of the day, they told PNB Rock that he owes the record label $200,000, even though his music has been making millions of dollars. That's how the music industry works. NBA Youngboy probably saw this and realized, man, traded my soul. I've given everything I've gotten. I played by the rules. I pushed the agenda, and I don't even get what I deserve, what I've worked for. The record label takes it all.
He's about to make a really big decision right now and a big move. If I was the record label and I was my artist, there's no way in hell that I'm gonna allow him to go to Chicago. So for them to let him do that, it just makes me think,
Yeah, but the record label loves that. That's gonna spicing things up, and fans are gonna anticipate, oh, what's gonna happen? Oh, Youngboy better. He's gonna go in there and nothing's gonna happen to Youngboy. That's the type of energy that Youngboy fans have for him. They think that he's invincible, but we've seen time and time again. I saw also earlier, Academics posted something about 6ix9ine, claiming that 6ix9ine he goes around with no security and he isn't scared and that nothing's gonna happen to 6ix9ine. It's just not smart at all, Anybody with money who's driving around in an expensive car with tons of jewelry on their necks is a possible target. You understand? Whether famous or not. But if you're famous, it makes you an even bigger target if you don't have security. It doesn't matter if you move into the suburbs. There's people all over the world, all over the United States, that they're willing to do something if they spot you at a light. Youngboy risking himself, just like 6ix9ine risking themselves, I think it's idiotic and it's a stupid way to try to prove that they're men. There's nothing to prove there. But like I said, it also could be the record label or his management, his team. Like you want to really blow, you want to really get hot and get all the attention. Let's say you're going to Chicago, and that's gonna, people love that. People love that type of drama. And like we said, this whole entire casket scene could be foreshadowing. Hopefully it's not. I pray that it's not, but I know that it's at least an initiation because that's exactly what it looks like. It looks like an initiation, also foreshadowing for what Youngboy is possibly getting ready for, going to Chicago, knowing that he shouldn't be over there. But at the end of the day, they do this for a purpose. They do this for an agenda. Youngboy is pushing his agenda strong with this. That gangsterism, that I'm tough, I'm not scared of nothing.
Oh yeah, he thinks he's that's what they call him, is the new Tupac of this day and age. Let's say he keep trying to be like Tupac, he gonna go out like Tupac.
And you guys give me your opinion. Does it not look a bit suspicious, this entire situation? When Youngboy got caught, he tried to run away. They arrest him. They say they weren't gonna let him go. They let him go. They give him bail. He starts acting suspicious. He starts acting very different. He ends up then beating his case. After he beats his case, we see him doing a clear Masonic rebirth initiation ritual. Clear as day. This is what the industry does. It can't be more open than this. If you don't play by the rules, they make you crazy. They come after you. They destroy your career. They take everything from you. If you play by the rules and do what they say, they give you $1 million contracts. Because if I'm not mistaken, Youngboy is about to sign or is rumored to be getting a $24 million contract, something in that level. You think that happens out of nowhere? A few months ago, Youngboy had problems with the record labels and was saying he wasn't going to sign no more.
Yeah, listen, you know what that is, man. He's going along with the agenda. He's down with them. He ain't gonna come out of jail looking hella demonic, wearing this crazy makeup on some gothic type of stuff, like he's down with them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts.
Now let's move on. The next thing I want to talk about is the Tomorrowland Festival. A few of you have been sending me this on Instagram. What I've seen on the imagery alone is very interesting. The festival happens every year, and I wanted to make a full deep dive video into it, but Tomorrowland likes to copyright claim and send copyright strikes to people that make videos on them. That's why I'm not gonna choose to make a full in-depth video on them. As much as I want to, I can't risk it. I might do one for Patreon, but what I've already seen is worth talking, and what I can show is worth talking. The Tomorrowland Festival is a giant ritual. That's literally what it is. They have been showing us the same imagery that we've been seeing in hip hop with the portals. You've been seeing this portal imagery lately. Like, you remember Travis Scott's Astro World performance? How he had that big portal behind him on the stage? And then you remember, I'm pretty sure you probably didn't see this Kanye West video. Kanye West has a video, I don't remember the name exactly, but he's also in the sky and there's a giant portal behind him. You know Fortnite, right? They had the giant portal in Fortnite. They had the CERN with the particle accelerator. They were saying they were gonna open a portal to another dimension. That's all foreshadowing, just like we were talking about with Youngboy. They were telling us this day is coming. We might not know what really happened with the particle accelerator. We might not know what they truly did with CERN. But in due time, whatever effects it's gonna have upon us, we're gonna see that for sure.
Yeah, we're gonna suffer the consequences.
The imagery that is coming from the Tomorrowland Festival is beyond. Everything that we've been talking about, everything that we've been talking about on the channel, you can see it coming directly from the Tomorrowland Festival. The whole festival is about love and entering the light and being free and all this nonsense that they like to hide their Masonic and occultic imagery with. The whole entire festival is full of Masonic all-seeing eyes, full of Egyptian imagery, full of demonic figures, Baphomet-looking statues. This is what they're putting into these festivals, while they have thousands and thousands and thousands of people cheering the festival on. The most interesting thing I saw was in the last festival they did, the 2022 one. I was seeing that they have this particle accelerator looking thing and it's shooting a beam of light to the sky and creating a portal into this new dimension. This is the same exact imagery we've been seeing in recent days. It's been all over the music industry.
Can I ask you something? What's your take on all of that?
I feel like they're letting us know that the seals are breaking. I said this already in one of my Patreon videos that I did on CERN. I feel like they're trying to let us know that they're breaking the seals and they're trying to, I don't know if they're artificially starting the apocalypse or what is their goal from this, but the imagery that they're putting out with the Antichrist and the 4 horsemen and the seals being broken, it all shows end of time prophecy imagery. I feel like that they're showing us this because we're entering the new world, and that's what the portal represents, the new order of the ages, the order of the Aeon. I believe that we're in the new world order. In the world that we're living now, we're living in the new world order. It just hasn't fully been revealed.
Nah, yeah, I agree. We definitely living in the new world order. There ain't no question about that.
Exactly, and that's exactly what I feel like all this imagery is telling us. Tomorrowland, though, is something that you have to look at and understand that it's more than on the surface. They're doing straight up rituals in front of thousands and thousands of people, straight up rituals, occultic imagery all over the place. They got pentagrams, they got pyramids, they got demonic people with horns and all this stuff while the crowd is just cheering it on and they're loving it. There is no questioning it. There is no asking, what the heck is this? None of that. They're just enjoying all this demonic, satanic imagery. They don't think there's nothing to it, but we know that there is. We know that Lucifer wants to convince the world that he isn't evil. Lucifer wants people to think that he is the light, he's the liberator, he's the one that freed us from God's chains and gave us freedom and allowed us to live like gods. And that's what this festival is preaching. This festival, just like Aleister Crowley preached about love, but he also told you to do whatever you want and basically disobey God, disobey moral rules, and be morally free. That's what Aleister Crowley represented, and that's what this Tomorrowland Festival is preaching to these thousands and thousands of people. And you see these thousands of people just loving it and enjoying it. They're not questioning any of this imagery they're being shown. They're not questioning this ritual that's being done right in front of them.
Yeah. I kind of found it a little crazy, man. Let's just be real. There's going to be some people that's going to notice it and not care, and then there's going to be some that's just blind, that they don't see anything.
At the end of the day, we deal with so many of those people on this channel in the comment section. They come and they watch the videos, but the moment we talk about someone that they love, they can't, oh no, that's impossible. They didn't sell their soul. If you are worshiping an idol, I guarantee you that that idol is a Masonic puppet. I guarantee you that that idol is working for this agenda and is pushing it. And they just choose to be blind because they want to still enjoy this person's music. If you want to still listen to the music, that's up to you. But at least you know now that the music has an agenda. At least you know now that there's a reason why they're talking about all this destruction in the music. There's a reason why there's so much negativity being pushed through the music. And you could allow it to affect you, or you can choose to not allow it to affect you. A person that doesn't allow the music industry, the puppet masters, to control you using their music. In my opinion, one of the biggest problems with most people is that they don't want to accept it. They want to go to these festivals, they want to enjoy their time, and in their minds, they cannot believe any of this stuff because if they do, then their whole world is destroyed. They can't worship the rappers and the singers and the artists that they love, the celebrities that they love so much, because then you realize that worshiping these people is going to destroy you. There's a lot of imagery within this festival. So much imagery that a blind person should be able to see it. For example, we spoke about moon stages and we spoke about the moon symbol that they have in the Baphomet picture. They have a moon crescent within the Baphomet picture next to the pentagram. That's the same symbols that they're showing us at this festival. People need to understand what's going on. They want you to go to these festivals while they do these rituals. They want you to give them their energy. They want you to stand up and cheer and scream. They're asking you to because you're giving them your energy. You should only use your energy to praise God, but they're using your energy to praise the devil, and you don't even realize it. When you attend these festivals and you're seeing all these symbols being flashed in front of the screen, it reminds me of the Little Uzi Vert concert. Little Uzi Vert had a concert where he told all his fans that they're all going to a burning end while he was on stage telling them.
Yeah, I saw that. That was crazy, right?
Yeah, and you saw how no one reacted. Only a few people were like, "Oh," but no one left. You didn't see no one getting up and turning around and walking out of there.
Think he had like a devil tattooed all over his back now.
That was recently. I spoke about that. You were the one who told me about that, and I went and looked into it, and then I started seeing people sending me it on Instagram and stuff. But at the end of the day, you see what's going on. If you want to be blind, that's fine. But the devil is the one that's giving these people their opportunities, giving these people their lives. You know, they have to serve them. This Tomorrowland Festival, just with the imagery alone, you should be able to tell. You should be able to understand, why are they showing so many pentagrams and pyramids, all-seeing eyes? And then the way that they talk too. They're telling you, oh, we're going to enter the portal to the light, and the light's going to free you and all this stuff. That's pure occultic talk. I've personally never watched. I don't really listen to EDM music. I didn't really know much about this festival until you guys sent it to me. I've seen it before, like here and there, but I never really looked into it. You could tell these festivals have their agenda just like everything else. But when the moment that you actually take some time and look into the festival, it becomes super obvious, you know? You see all this imagery.
You know what they're doing? They making the imagery normal to the people that's coming up, to the people that are blind. They're normalizing the occultic imagery. They don't care. They're gonna keep pushing it because at the end of the day, you know, we live and then we don't be done, right? Now we got the next generations coming up, and they're not gonna know about the past. They're just gonna know about what they see and the future.
You're right. And like we spoke about in the last podcast, like they said that Christianity is going to fall. They're trying to erase everything that existed beforehand. I agree. They're trying to make sure that there is no longer God in Christianity. We all worship ourselves. We all worship the philosophy that Lucifer wanted for the world. This is what Lucifer wants. Lucifer wants you to be morally free and not care about what you do and not be responsible for your actions. Just do what thou wilt. Do whatever you want without the consequences. It doesn't matter if you're a bad person. It doesn't matter if no one likes it. As long as it makes you happy and it satisfies you, that's what the devil wants. That's what Lucifer preaches. That's what Aleister Crowley preaches. And that's what Tomorrowland is telling all the fans that get there. They literally started this with a giant ritual ceremony. It shows these people ritually marching down this giant particle accelerator that's going to shoot a beam of light into the sky and open a portal. That's the imagery that they're putting, and these people are there just cheering it on. They're not at all questioning, what the heck are they showing me? It blows my mind because this has nothing to do with music.
Yeah, exactly. That's what they putting it out there for, though. They telling us about CERN. They're telling us about UFO. They're telling us about everything now because they're trying to make everything normal. I'm telling you. Our great grandkids, unfortunately, they might not even know what Christianity is.
I have to agree with you 100% because they're trying to phase it out. They're trying to replace it with the religion of do what thou wilt. They're not trying to. They have brought in the new order of the Aeon. It's not about being a God-fearing person no more. It's not about being a good person. It's about being the person you want to be and being the best version of you and do what you want. That is not going to lead to great men or great women. That's going to lead to a fallen society. You understand? It's going to lead to chaos. We need people to live by the morals that God set for us because it's what keeps us living correctly. It's what keeps us living a good life. The moment that we stray away from God's commands and God's moral guidelines, we end up destroying ourselves. And we've seen it in the past over and over and over again. And this is exactly what they're doing now. Who knows what these elite people are really up to? But we can tell with their imagery who they truly serve. You understand? That's what's important. We know that it can't be nothing good if they're serving Lucifer.
The crazy thing is, when we watch TV and we watch everything, you never see a cross unless there's them sacrificing themselves on it or upside down. But they're not allowed to push the truth. They're just pushing this false world that our people are gonna fall into regardless of what they want to do. We don't have a choice. We have a choice now because we know what's the truth. But like I said earlier, our great grandkids, they won't know anything.
Exactly, because they're stripping them of all this important knowledge. Eventually, they're not even gonna know, like you said, they won't even know what Christianity is. It won't even exist anymore. They won't even know what Christ or God. They will be living in a world, if the world even goes that far. Because at the end of the day, in a world that's without God, it's a world full of chaos and destruction. That's in my opinion. Well, I'm gonna end it right here, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you for coming. I appreciate every single one of you. And I'll see you guys in the next one.
Peace.
I just wanted to give a special shout out to the Truth Movement members. I truly appreciate every single one of you. If you'd like to further support the channel, join the Truth Movement, or you can join me on Patreon where I drop exclusive videos monthly. The link would be in the description. Another way you can further support the channel is by checking out the Truthfist store and seeing if you find anything you like. Every purchase you make helps with the funding of Truth Records. The link to the Truthfist store is also in the description. Also, please leave a comment on your thoughts on this video and on any future topics you would like to see me cover on my channel. If you're new to the channel, make sure you subscribe and hit the bell so you can be notified of future videos. If you like this video, please leave a like as it helps other people find these videos. You can also find me on TikTok and Instagram and follow me there. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.